This is MJ. I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an analyzer. Find all my work at mjmunoz.com. This is Going Ultra. I'm talking about Ultraman Zett episode 7, featuring Lil Lord Zett, a fickle juggler, and Metal Monster Madness. Yes, so my title for this episode, my review is Ultra Trio, because there's, 3 guys here. It's a trio. Anyway, so I'm going to jump right into my comments, my topics, and then I'll wrap everything up. I think really the 3 things I mentioned at the top there are woven throughout, and if they're not, I'll make sure to come back to them at the end before I sign out. So, civilian fights and Hebikura, that's my first comment. So, I really liked seeing Yoko and Haruki and Hebikura fighting the alien putty mook robot things that Kaburagi was somehow able to create, call from another dimension, summon, whatever that was. That was a neat thing that he did. That was a neat trick. And then seeing them do a civilian fight against those guys was pretty exciting. And it was a lot of fun, and it was a surprise, but a welcome one to be sure. Sorry, I don't know why I'm saying that. Anyway, and Hebikura was really fun in it. A little bit of his juggler was showing, though, because, wow, bro, you almost hit me. A little bit of his juggler was showing because he just had this real fun attitude during the fight, and, I mean, I don't know, his captain sense was tingling or whatever, and, which, it's a good thing I'm not involved with this dub, because I would have had him say something more like that, which would have been bad. Anyway, so yeah, his captain sense was tingling, and he thought something was up with these guys, so he, fought against them, and started the whole thing. But then, when they pulled a gun on him, and he realized he was, outmatched and in danger, he put his hands up and, hummed, and just, made this great face, and it was really enjoyable. So, I liked that a lot. He was especially cool in that fight. And then, there's this whole thing about Riku or Geed being the son of Belial, and because I haven't seen Ultraman Geed, I don't understand who the son is. Is Riku Geed? Is Geed Riku? And, is the man or is the Ultra the son of Belial? And is it ambiguous? Because, again, they're not saying that Riku is the host for Geed. They're just calling him Geed, basically. So, I'm confused by that, and I didn't listen super well, but I believe the voice for Riku and the voice for Geed are the same voice, whereas we have different voices for Zett and Haruki. So that would imply that they are one and the same somehow, and I guess he has a human form? I don't know. It's interesting. Very compelling. It makes me want to check out Geed, which maybe that was the point of it, but still, I just wonder, who is the son? We know who is the father, but we don't know who is the son. So, that is a Maury Povich joke, if you're wondering, okay? And then I think it's interesting that Juggler has a secret that he's hiding from the others, that he is Hebikura, that Hebikura is Juggler, and that he's helping them out, because he's looking into the matter of who's behind all this. He's trying to find out who Shinya is, and who's causing all this weird metal monster stuff, as well as some of the other things that are going on. And, he's running this investigation, and he's being ambiguous with his, not his methods. We're seeing his methods. He's being ambiguous with his motives. We don't really understand what he's after or why he's after it. And he, tells Riku to keep it a secret that he saved them and, and who he is for a reason. We don't really know why he wants to keep it a secret from them. We just know that he does. And, I'm curious as to what the implications are of that and, what he intends to do, because we've seen he's grasped power for himself, but is that something he wants to continue doing or not? And, I guess it's being written like that to keep it intriguing and keep it interesting, because you don't know what he's going to do, and it makes it more exciting. Okay, next thing, this is not story related at all. Wasn't that awesome when you got to see the Ultras and that Belial fusion monster fighting from a human's... I was going to say a worm's eye view, but a human's eye view, because, human to kaiju is the same as worm to human. The scale, at least. It was incredible. I still don't know how they do those shots. Is it CGI? Is it a well-placed camera, like on a stick, or is it a drone, or what is it? Because like at one point, Geed does like not a somersault, like a cartwheel or a backflip or something, and the camera tracks with him as he does that, and he does that over like a bridge. You know, in Japan, they've got those bridges that cross the street for you, so you could like walk up and over the traffic. Wow. And by the way, I've only ever seen like one of those in America, in Southern California, which is why I say it's Japanese, because like I've seen it in anime before, right? Digimon 02 has it for sure. And like even probably Cat Returns at the beginning, when they're walking the street and she saves the cat from getting hit by a car. Anyway, so like just those shots are astonishing. Those upshots they're absolutely beautiful, and like I don't know, it's just such a spectacle. It blows me away. And I find it very compelling. So there's that. I really like how Kaburagi's inserting metals into his dark, or it just says E riser, or Zett riser. It's not even a dark one. It's just his that he uses. Which again, I've talked about why it should be called the metal riser instead, and then you can have it be the junk metal riser or monster metal riser. Yes, why not, man? That's cool. Anyway, but while he has these medals, he only knows a few of the monsters by name. So he knows Belial, and he mentions him, and then he just like makes up stuff like, ancient monster, evil space monster, or whatever, as he's putting in the medals. And I really like that detail, because Kaburagi shouldn't know the names of these monsters. Maybe he should know because of the parasite thing inside of him, but the way that they interoperate with each other it seems to be much less like the relationship that Haruki and Zett have, and, well, more like what? I'm not exactly sure, but it doesn't seem to be a cooperative relationship. It seems to be different, and I don't know how much of what we're seeing is Kaburagi and how much of him is that parasite that's inside of him, and they don't make it clear, which is good. It's nice. So, like, there's consistency there. They're not making a lot of things clear. There's not a lot of detail coming up with, or that they're giving us as descriptions for this. We're just kind of seeing it unfold. We're seeing parts of his story unfold, and that's kind of nice, because while I dislike the idea of using trumped up or fake mystery just to make something more compelling, I do like it when there's a realistic depiction of things, where the opacity, or the opaqueness, I guess, of the situation, the opaqueness of the situation makes you ask questions, and you have to be comfortable living without them, and it's just kind of part of the fun of it. So anyway, I really like that. It's a beautiful, very fun detail. So okay, moving on. Desperately seeking Zero's approval. I like how 10 approves of and compliments Geed. Zett asks, "Do you have any comments for me, Master?" And he says, "Not yet, but let's see such and such." And all right, I'll ultra show you. It's a very cute. It's a weird quirk for him to have, but it's very cute and very fun to see. How it's utilized and see it at play. So I did enjoy that. And Shinya's secret. So at the end, Shinya Kaburagi, he is found out by Hibikura, and it was interesting because at first. It was interesting because they didn't go as far as they could have, because at first Hibikura sees him and he tries to snatch him, and Kaburagi shoots him with whatever that thing is, and which apparently it has a summon android minions and shoot people setting. I don't know how you know which one you're doing, but anyway, he could have shot the minions and then ran away, and we could have seen a cool fight, but whatever. That's not what they wanted to do. But for whatever reason, he gets away, but then his ID card is laying there. It's a storage ID card, or GF, what is it? Whatever. The Alliance. So it's a little bit too bad, because it looked like it was going to be this cool thing. Oh, they're going to have to search for, okay, I know it's somebody in storage, or I know it's somebody in the, Galactic Alliance, or whatever it's called. Earth Alliance? I don't know. The Alliance. And, we need to find this person because they're definitely involved with doing stuff with the monsters and the metals. But Hibikura wasn't supposed to be there, so maybe that's why he didn't do it, or why it didn't play out that way. But he knows who Shinya is, so, I guess he's going to keep Shinya, or Kaburagi's secret, for now, not because he wants to hide him, but because it would somehow expose him for what he's doing and, you know, who he might really be. And I would assume he doesn't want to do that because he's been keeping things under wraps so far. So, yeah, I'm interested in that, and I'm interested to, like, what exactly is going on with this Shinya character. And again, there's that opaqueness to the situation, which I appreciate, but it's just, you know, now I want to see it. You've teased me, you've gotten me excited, you've made me ask the questions. Now I'd like to be provided some answers, even though I'm enjoying everything else as it goes along, and I don't necessarily need that answered just right away. But yes, that's all I have for now. I really like this episode. It was a lot of fun. Again, just like last time, having Geed enter the show and kind of take over for a little didn't bother me because it was so well done. Having Zero show up and get involved also didn't bother me because it was so much fun. And I liked how they had this thing where they had to rescue Riku. And I don't know, it's just very cool. So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here after encouraging you to check out my Ultraman-Inspired Story for Kids, which is linked in the show notes. You can find it there. Read it, check it out, let me know what you think of it, and look forward to more because I've already evolved that story past that's not even its final form. I've already evolved it past that, and it's part of a whole tokusatsu kids picture book series and a short novel as well that you can look forward to. I'm working on that every week, working on that a little bit. I just finished one big chunk of it, and now I need to do 4 more big chunks, and then work out a scenario for I have notes outlined for it. I just need to write the rest of it. So anyway, you can look forward to that and more in the show notes at the blog, where you know you can always find everything that I'm working on. And yeah, look forward to the next one. For now, this is MJ signing out. I hope you enjoyed that. Go to mjmunoz.com to leave any questions, comments, or other feedback you might have. There you can find all of my analysis, art, and fiction. I cover books, tokusatsu, comic books, anime, and more. Look around. You're sure to find something else that you'll enjoy as well. This has been a Story Over Everything production.